Now, Sri Hari alone is worthy of worship is stated in the words of Rama. So we are on verse number what? 40, 40, 41, 41. We go to 41, but just what it started with 40. That Hari, Sri Hari alone is worthy of worship is stated in the words of Rama. What Rama says, well, that we read the other day, Savai pati syat akuto bhayas. See, akuto bhayas sayang samantata pati bhayaturanjanam saiko yevaitara atho mitho bhayam naivatmo lavadodhimanyate param. Savai pati sad akuto bhayo. Srihari is the Lord, Pati, Lord of all. And he is the Sat, by his own nature, akuto bhayo, Sat, Swayam. He is by his own nature, he is free from the fear of anyone else. Akuto bhayo. He does not fear anyone. Samantataha pati bhayaturanjanam. And he gives protection to persons who are oppressed by fear in every way. Saiko evo itaro atha mito. See, he being the only one without a second, there is no one to cause him fear. Bhayam, mito bhayam. This bhaya, fear, who can cause fear? Because he is the only one. So there is nobody to create that fear for him or his devotees. Nor there is anything external to him. No evo atmalabhat udhi mannati param. There is nothing external to him to give satisfaction, considered greater than his own blissful self-awareness. So it is that there is nothing external to him to be. Sit here, because you need a book. Now, because this book is good book, you can purchase one. It is available here, I don't think. Yeah, available, maybe available, one book, and then it will be good. It's a good book. So Rama is saying that the Lord, he himself is praising. The Lord is, Hari is fearless. Spiritual life is called Bhayanasana, Tamanasana. Two aspects, no? What is spiritual life? Spiritual life is to remove all the tamas, ignorance. And when the tamas, ignorance goes, what is happens? Bhaya, fear goes away. That is, everything is under bondage because fear is the only thing. Fear of losing health, fear of losing money, fear of losing fame, wealth, whatever. Fear is always haunting us, and that makes us react, because losing that, we become helpless.
So fear is due to tamas, not rajas.
Fear is due to ignorance. Ignorance is the main cause. And you can say fear is tamas. Yes, fear is rajas, both. Tamas type of fear is there, rajas type of fear. Sattika type of fear is also there. What Sattika fear? Fear for the, suppose you love God, then there is a fear. Shall I bhaktas feel? Oh, shall I lose my love for God? There is a fear. But when actually one matures into pure love, then all this gone. So this the Lord is by his very nature is free from all fear on anyone of anyone else. And not only that, he is fearless, but he gives fear protection to anyone who actually anything fear. He being the one without a second, there is no one to fear, and he gives protection to persons who is oppressed by fear in every way. Nor there is anything external to him to give satisfaction, considered greater. The devotee. For the devotee, there is nothing which can give satisfaction No eva atmo labhat udhi. Be above. Above, udhi means above. Above atma labha. Above attaining that Atman, gaining that own spiritual treasure. Sarajya Siddhi, attaining your own kingdom. That is the Atman. There is nothing more superior to that. That we did. Now Hanuman on the qualification of all the worship. What he said? All he
qualification of all true worshippers.
Hanuman on the qualification. Hanuman saying that what are the qualifications to worship Hari. Now it is good. Hari can take away all our sins, true. But who is qualified? Who can worship Hari? That means there is no, that Shuro, Asuro, Mapi, Atho, Suro, let us chant, Suro, Asuro, Ma, Opiato, Manaro, Naraha, Sarvatmanaja, Sukritagam Ishwaram, Bhajet Ramam, Manujakriting Haring, Yayuttara Nanajat, Kushalan Divam, Najanmanunang Mahato Nasaubhagam, Navang Nabuddhir Na Akriti Stoshaye Tuhu Tvairiyad Dvisishtiyanam No Bano Kashas Chakaro Sakhi Bata Lakshmana Graja. So Suro Asuro Bapi the Otho Banaro. Say he is born in whatever family, whatever lineage. Being born in a Banara means the monkey, those who helped Rama. So their physical body was not like man, but then another tribal group. That is now people say that that type of people had human all qualities, look like a monkey. So you're born in that family of a Banara family, monkey family, Sura, God family. You're born or Asura, demon. So being born whether gods or demons or Nara means human body or Banara Nara Sarvatmana or any birth, taking any type of creature in the world. Worship him Sah Sukriti Gam Isharam. Sajah Sukriti Skritagam. So Sujah, who is Sukrita. Sukrita means who has much good work, good background. There's such good background. Isharam, worship with heart and soul Sri Rama. Sukrita Gam Isharam. Sarvatmana Sukrita. Sukrita means here, anyhow. Sukrita means, as we know.
Good deeds. The one comes later.
So, he has a good Sukriti. So, he worship him. Bhajeto Ramam. They do bhajana, they pray. To whom? Ramam. To Rama. Who's Manuja Kriting Harim. He looks like a human being. Manuja Akriti. Akriti means the body. The Hari, but he is Hari, the Lord, who can love Hari, who has taken a human form like that of Rama. Uttaranana, Uttara Anana Yat Koshalan Divam. What is that? Uttaranana. Heat.
gave salvation to all the
He who
inhabitants.
translated the people of Uttara Kosala. Uttara Kosala is the Ajodha. So Uttara Kosala, Uttara Anana, Yat Kosalat Divam, Uttarana to heaven, Uttarana approach who God in the form, who apprehends the good deeds. Oh, Ajay. Manujakra, Sukritigam is coming here. Who apprehends the good deeds of all. Sukritigam Isharam. And who is gives salvation to all the inhabitants of Uttara Kosala. Who has given freedom to everyone of Ajodha. Where Rama was born. Neither noble birth, nor janma, nunang mahato, nor nunang mahato, neither noble birth, nor greater fortune, neither power of speech, nunang mahato, no subhagang, no bhag. Subhagang means fortune. Neither no janma, nunam. Nunam means no janma, even your janma, birth, nunam means lower, in the lower mm, lower type of birth. He was born in lower type of birth, or that does not matter. Neither power of speech, power of speech, no bang, bak means speech, no buddhi, no akriti, nor intelligence, nor appearance, how you look, beautiful appearance. None of these can enable one to obtain the grace of Rama. Buddhir nakriti stosha hetu. Stosha hetu means can satisfy. Be the cause of satisfaction of the Lord. Tosha hetu. Toir jad hi sistan opi na banauka the Supreme Being incarnated as man. For see him, he entered into the friendship with us, the monkeys, who are without any of the above mentioned qualifications and who are more mere inhabitants of the wilds. Bonaukasas chakaro, sakhe mato, Lakshanagra. Lakhan, Agraja was loved by Lakshmana. What a good fortune he has. He was born in the family of the royal family, and we are all Banaras. But it matters little whether you are born here or there, how fortunate we are. We got the equal treatment by Lord. So let all beings, whether God, demon, man, or non human, worship with heart and soul Sri Rama. Who is Sri Rama? Who is God in human form, who apprehends the good deeds of all, Sukritigam Isharam. Then Ishara, God, and he understands any good deed done, he records it. That means it does not skip his notice. And all who gave salvation to all inhabitants. So Uttaranana Yat Koshalan Divam. Na janmo, neither noble birth, nunam mahato. Whether the great good or bad, noble birth or great fortune, nunam mahato. Neither subhagang navak, neither power of speech, nor intelligence, no buddhi, no beautiful appearance, no akriti stosha hetu. None of these can enable. Because Banara is thinking we look ugly in comparison to Lakshmana and others who are, look like godly people. No? So for Rama it does not matter whether you look ugly or you look good in the eyes of others. None of these can enable one to obtain the grace of Rama. The Supreme Being incarnate as man. For see how he entered into friendship. What is the glory? Even God, he is so equal that he entered into friendship with us, we the people like monkeys, who are without any of the above mentioned qualities. No, mere inhabitants.
friendship he got with monkeys because of Hanuman, who was Buddhimatam Varishta.
Hanuman himself is saying, this is the statement of Hanuman.
Hanuman is saying that, but Hanuman, when we describe, we say Buddhimatam Varishta. Why is saying that he is not intelligent?
He is not egotistic like us. That's why he is saying, I am nothing. As great one person becomes, so say, I am nothing. As egotistic a person, as much little they know, they say, I am that. So that's why he's saying, I do not know anything. I am so humble. Hanuman's prayer is also like that. अथ श्री भगवान एव सर्वैः सेव्य एव न तु सत्कुलो जन्मादिकं এই যে অতএব ভগবান এব সর্বৈ সেব্য it is an explanation by Vishnu Puri. He says, therefore Ishwar Bhagavan should be the object of worship of everyone. Nanu Satkulo Janmadikang Tasya Toso Hetu, that for his satisfaction, Ityatra Hanumat Vachanam Udaharati Dabhyam. Hanuman is explaining this too in the two verses. Shuro Asuro Vayati, Shuro Devaha, Asura Daitya, Naro Manusha, Anara Manushad Anna, those who are not human. Yah Kopi, anyone, whoever, Haring Bhajeta, Srihari, worship Srihari, Saeva Utkarshat, Tosham Apnoti Vishesha. He excels everything because his devotion pleases the Lord. Manuja Kritimati Upasanabhiprayam Sukritigam Alpiyasya Vibhajate Bhajane Bahumaninam. Manuja Kritim iti Upasanam Abhiprayam. Manuja means Manus, human life. Human life is received by much good work. It is said that we are born in different lower births, and we have developed and developed by our good karma. Human birth. That's why it is so much glorified. The human birth is very rare. So but human birth they attain, but we didn't get it. Hanuman says we didn't get it. But still you see the grace of the Lord Rama. He didn't discriminate that we are unfit. Didn't do that. So note whether you are a Deva or a Daitya, whether a man or lower than man, worship with a whole heart Rama, who is Hari in human form. This is the explanation of a translation of this book. He who translated the people of the Uttarakosala to heaven. Note is given. Note gives some. He is probably the Sanskrit translation. Sura synonym to Deva, a celestial being whose place is higher than man, Sura, and who is the perpetual enjoyment of celestial life, not so much subject to the ills that the flesh is heir to like mortal man. As we suffer here, those who are Devas, they are higher up than us. They don't suffer like we suffer. Ailment, disease, etc. It does not suffer. So, now that they are not altogether free from ailments is to be inferred from the mention of their having a physician, the celebrated Dhanvantari, the heavenly physician. His name is Dhanvantari. As also the twin gods Ashwini Kumaras, who too are described as adepts in the art of healing. Asuras are what? Asuras are synonymous of Daitya. These are born enemies of the Devas. That is there, they're born like that to fight with the good people. Almost as powerful, but ever actuated by feelings of malevolence against God and man. These are the Daityas. So these are Devas, Asuras, Suras and Asuras. These are the two categories of people.
The Suras are there.
Suras are the
Divine.
good divine people. Asuras are the people who are always fighting with the Devas. Some scholars have found so much resemblance in the name of the ancient kingdom of Assyria and its king and people with Asuras of ancient Sanskrit literature that they identify that the Vedic Asura with the divinities of the Assyrians. This is one type of research maybe some people have done. Asuras are there, those used to live in Assyrian, those Assyrians, they are Asuras. By the Aryan Witness by Dr. K. M. Banerjee. Now apparently Asura in modern Sanskrit is derived from O plus Sura. The prefix O having the meaning of no. No means no. But in the Vedas, Asura means a powerful being and is derived differently. Even the Supreme Spirit was termed Asura, the mighty. The word Asura, as accepted by modern Hindus, is from the above point of view a notable instance of the degeneracy of the word. The first term of expression, Ahura Mazda, of the Zoroastrian religion, signifying the name of the divinity, the great good spirit, is identical with Ashura as being changed into H. What is H? Such a change of one word AS to H, Ashuras H, is seen elsewhere as the Hakka, as Sapta, Hindu or Sindhu, etc. etc. Anyhow, this is giving little scholarly idea. There may be some people who used to live in the physical world somewhere, they are called Asuras. But in Vedic time, we used to think that they are good quality people, bad quality people. And powerful, they are both powerful. Asuras are powerful, as the gods are powerful. Devas are powerful. But they, it may be some people who live in the earth. That is the answer. Now the second verse what he read, its explanation is here. Najanmanunam, that he has explained. Neither noble birth, nor great fortune, neither eloquence, intelligence, nor good appearance is the cause of his favor. Rama condescended to make us the dweller of the forest. His companions, void though we are of all qualifications mentioned above. So those meaning we have no qualification to get his grace, though we are born low, we are not even human, but still see the grace of God that He has given us, treated us equally. So it is godly grace. This is godly grace.
It's very unlike Vedanta. You need a lot of qualification. In Vedanta, they say like that samadhi,
Yeah, but bhakti is necessary. That is not an ordinary thing. Unbiased surrender. That's not an ordinary thing. In Vedanta, you need certain quality, but how can you love unconditionally one person unless you have your ego surrender, unless you have see the glory of the divine there? So these are not ordinary things. That is the qualification. That qualification is no less important and is not less to acquire. Bhakti, everyone have bhakti, but that bhakti which is that so strong that he loves God to that intensity, that much he has the power to reject other things. That itself is a great quality. Viveka Vairagya. Here Viveka, he must have Viveka. That is not permanent. Rama is my goal, Rama is my life, Rama is everything. So that conviction is there. Viveka. Vairagya, he has the courage to for Rama he can give up everything. And they love. So that's not an ordinary thing. And for that automatically, Shamadama, they don't practice, but that automatically comes. His senses are controlled. Naturally, he does not focus on other things. Mind is controlled, Samadama, Titiksha. They endure so much austerity. Oh Lord, I don't want anything, I want you only. No? So that these are all not ordinary material. If we think that it is easy, apparently it is easy, but it is not easy.
But these hearts actually they are telling that you don't need any qualification.
Meaning that you don't need any qualification, you have the love. But that love itself is a precious thing. How many people are there in the world who loves God? Ramakrishna said.
When it said in the second line, worship with heart and soul.
Hey, heart and soul.
There you go.
So
Selfism.
how that heart and soul to be love is a matter. It is to be not an ordinary thing. We cannot do that. But it appears that you need not rigorously follow the path, technically what we say in the Vedanta. In not that exactly that way, but he has the wisest idea that God is the everything. So I can sacrifice anything for God. I can dedicate everything to God. I don't have to pay attention to anything. I am not lustfully running for this and that because that is not my goal of life. So all this put together, so what a wonderful character. Viveka, Vairagya, renunciation, power of detachment, all are there, flourishing because of the love. Now, Devas on the greatness of the desireless devotion. Now, we read the 43rd verse. Satyam dishati arthitam arthito nrinam naivarthado yat punararthita yataha swayam vidhatte bhajatam anichchatam ichchapidhanam nijapadapallavam. Satyam, it is true, Satyam, Dishati, that the Lord grants, Dishati, Arthidam, Arthinam. Whatever they desire, Lord gives. No? It is true that the Lord grants the fulfillment of their prayers to those votaries who approach Him with worldly desires. It does, God gives. That's why the most of the dualistic sadhana starts there. We go to God and pray to God, and God gives whatever I ask. And when I get something once, then I get into more devotion. That is the way it starts. Earthly desire is, that's why Gita also said that. What is that? Artho, Jiggasu, Artharthi, Jnani. Four are devotees. Baba, they are placing the same way. A Jnani, what a great person. An Artharthi is asking for money. And Jnani, Artho is in suffering. Physical, he may be physically weak or sick, asking, oh Lord, please cure me, please cure me. No? So that is a very physical thing. But he's asking God. So that is the glory. That is the glory. that he could have gone to any other person. You go to doctor, you go to people don't believe in God. They only go for material way to solve the problem. But yeah, on the contrary, that person is going to God. Oh Lord, is a like mother's example to grow devotion. It is said that when mother was sick in Jayanambati, she was having that stomach problem, and then she was almost going to die. And she said, oh, I prayed to mother. And then mother gave some medicine. And then she got cured. What has happened, you see, by that, thousands of people you can go, how they have tremendous faith that they go take some pinch of the earth there. If they are having bodily aches and pains, they put on the pain area, they eat, little bit everything to cure from all physical ailment. Our Swami Sarvadevananda Maharaj used to keep that and rub on the areas where there is some pain, feeling mother did it. That means it is an inspiration for others that you can be pray to God and God can fulfill your earthly. Many things, many times it happens. All the doctors have given up and this and that, and then they go to with devotion go to some place and some the in the pujari or somebody gave some certain leaf or something. Mother gave that's also became Holy Mother gave that, but
There
others
is no
also give.
need to see doctor then.
If you have the faith, that's the same question. Again, you have the faith. Those who have the faith, faith is means mind is convinced in that way. But we have no faith. Before that, we will doubt.
God
Even
has to work, also works through someone. So
someone,
he could be working through the doctor.
doctor, yeah. So that's a different attitude. That's in our Ramakrishna mission says, don't say that God will do. Go to doctor. You have any disease, go. And no, I won't go. No, you will have to go. God as doctor. Thakur as himself went to doctor, knowing fully well what is happening. No? So these are the things. God as doctor. Vaidya Narayan, it is said. Vaidya, doctor, is Narayan.
But this is also a great way of becoming atheist, because you ask God for some solve some misery or suffering, or ask for wealth and you don't get it. One time, two time you don't get it, you become atheist.
Yeah. So they think that God is only to supply my needs. That's also a frustration comes. Yeah. But for general people, if they get little glimpses of here and there, and seeing them, the whole people believe start. Oh, he was suffering like and he went to that temple and prayed, and he had this. There was one gentleman in Belur, talking about when in 1965, 66, that time I'm talking, 67. So it will be almost 50 years, no? 65, 67, and 2017.
65 to 2015, 50 years.
50 years, half a century. But there was one, even we were we were not very pleased with it. They are just by the side of the United Bank. You have seen that United Bank, where the university campus is now, opposite of the post office. Post office on the left side. If we move this way, right side is there. And there was one where from somebody came and started one Kali Puja. But that has been put onto acquisition. We have put into acquisition. But someone, we were very angry with them because someone has bought a Mother Kali and started doing worship. And Hindu rule is that if there is worship place, you cannot take away. And that man used to come and he used to get some type of spiritual intoxication, whatever. And he will not look at you. He will perform the Mother Kali's worship. And after the Kali worship is done, he will be having some ecstatic trance or something like that. He will be facing towards Mother Kali. He doesn't know who is there. And he will be bending his head like this and this. In that mood, he will say, "This man, come from this area, take this," and not looking at that, give that some offered flower from mothers, and go. And this is your problem. This has happened. And so, my God, in the evening time, it starts puja. So, first of all, it was no one, so we cannot acquire that land anymore. We were thinking, what a miracle they are doing. But only put a big speaker, no? And the evening time meditation is also disturbed because the bhajan and singing going on. For other devotees coming, that's okay. And particularly Saturday, it will be hours. It will start in the evening, go on whole night. It will go on because so much of wonders of people. And that man, actually, I never saw him physically, but don't enter there. But it is they are happening every day in front of us, and he is not looking at the person. He will say, "You have come from which place? What is your problem?" And then he say, okay, take this and eat like this, some description, eat or eat this for or fast for this day. And they got cured. And as the people are getting cured, so the number of people are coming and
Only
coming.
that disease cure, not if any brahmachari goes that, oh, I'm not getting vision of God, he cannot solve that.
He cannot do that, yeah.
Then what happened finally?
And ultimately it went on. And that good number of devotees started, and the place became a permanent temple. The structure came, this, that. And after a long time, the court order came in favor of us, and then government said that we will relocate to place. This is for educational institution, so we will have to vacate. And that it happened. But who will touch the mother, so powerful mother, to take out? And when it is all gone, but the Bedi is there, the altar is there. So our sadhus are that they don't care. So they took away all the uprooted everything and put to the Ganga. Now, point is that this is a sentimental thing. It's the mother's power. But anyhow, so the point is that their faith, if one person gets cured, listening to that person, other hundreds of people come. Christ, when he was curing, people are flocking. Who are the people? They have not that learning, not that wisdom or so-called intelligence, but Christ cured the blind. Huh? Oh, the whole village then. Oh, I have this. And everyone is coming with the description. Someone is palsy. Palsy means who gets little, oh, yeah, faint. Huh? He gets now and then get fainted. Like that, all different types of description has been mentioned in the Bible. Uh,
But
so,
that is when they get cured. Suppose one person, it's a blind thing. Suppose a person has a problem with eyes, then that person has remained as faith in God. So I'm not going to check with doctor. If God wants me to get blind, then with the faith you get blind like that. So then seeing that faith can, like, it's not going to cure or positive direction, but the faith is a good thing and faith is there, and that person can go blind with not seeing the doctor with the faith to God.
no,
Still
not
can
that they're
he?
not going, but they went to go doctor, but doctor could not cure. And then he came coming over here, finding all results gone, and they go and they get some benefit. So naturally their faith grows. And one such miracle happened, the ordinary people get inclined to believe that there is some power. That is the point.
No, if the miracle doesn't happen, still people can see the burning faith can get motivated. That is my question. If the
It is
miracle,
God's will that he goes blind, no matter how many doctors he goes to, he will get blind. If it's God's will that he does not get blind, God will send him a doctor. So I think that is the
Yeah.
case. If yes, faith should be there, but whatever God's will has to be done anyways.
And also your karma. You say in a karma theory, if you believe, well, that is the just time when your karma was ending, whether it's because of this or your karma ending. Anyhow, we are not to think about that. People get faith, and that faith actually towards God is beneficial. Like, and reliance comes on the divine entity. So that's a help for spiritual growth. Not that they will be accepting like Gyanis who are attaining. They're the real bhakta. And that's why next verse says, Gyani tu bharatasava. Then Tesam ki, next verse is that, the Gyani tu me matam. She is the best among all these devotees.
I have a question. Ramakrishna says in the gospel that God does everything. Now, how does karma come in then? Is karma the will of God?
Now, if you say God does everything, then you cannot say karma.
You can say.
But if we say our responsibility, I did that, so I will get out of my bad karma to good karma, I will try. And then God's grace I crave so that I can do it. But if you say everything is moving in God's will, then we cannot say good, we cannot say bad. Then you should die. Your ego should die. How can you say it is good How can you say it is bad? It is God's will. So you are not there. You cannot judge. You cannot say, it's a very high level. People use it very loosely. It's God's will, everything is happening. But everything happening, why do you react? So long I have my reaction, that means I have my ego. And that's my karma is there. My likes is there. My dislike is there. I may say it is a matter of speaking. But if really one thinks that everything God's will, you cannot stop anything. If someone coming to kill you, you cannot say anything. It's God's will. It's a person coming with a blessings. It's okay, God's will. Anyone is hurting you, it is God's will. So that's a high state, and that is not attained so easily. And that person has no karma because he does not have to believe it is everything happening God's will, God's cause. I am the jantra, the machine, and you are the machinist, if one can think. So machine does not have any ego, no? Machine only runs as the machine, the driver drives. So if the Lord is doing everything, then you cannot say that Ramakrishna said, no, we are talking about this in the morning also. Ramakrishna said, oh, it is all God's will, everything is God's will. Then someone says, but we are suffering. We are in problem. God's play. It's God's play. And what that man said?
It's death for us.
Death for us. But who are you? Now we are in trouble. If you say God's will everything, tell why you are coming. Why death for you? Who are you? You are nobody. You cannot ask you. See, it's a very technical thing. We just pass superficially and make a philosophy out of it. But the real thing is that if you really believe everything is God's will, yes, that's the Christ is God's will. First, he said as a human, oh Lord, if this can pass, no? As a human, because God and human work in the incarnation. One aspect is human aspect, where he can feel the suffering, pain, this, that little bit. Another is divine is so they can switch in instant. Instant they can switch. And that thy will be done. No? Knowing fully well he is going to that. So it is God's will. So you are nobody. Machine is machine. Machine has no ego. If your ego is there, that is a bad machine, is it not? Bad car, which does not listen to the dictate of the driver, no?
Now they're building cars with egos.
With ego, no?
Auto-driving cars.
Auto-driving car.
They will have egos.
They will give an ego, but that much computerized ego given. So with God is also given us that ego, same thing. You see, if we follow this principle, we will be really moved to think that plan of Lord's plan is working in different areas. God has given this intelligence, no? We have been given certain strength, certain power to do, think, right, wrong, good, bad, no? But you are forgetting it has been given to you by God. That means it is God. You are taking as my me. But it has been given to you that much. And then all the karma. Then why are you suffering? Because you have your ego. Don't keep ego. Only follow what the dictate comes from that. Every step, Girish Ghosh actually gave up his ego, surrender. Girish Ghosh said, even to put one step, he was in doubt. Am I doing it my will or it is Ramakrishna's will? I am crying, I am going to cry, my son has died. It is my will or Ramakrishna's will? Baba, what a dangerous situation. His own son died, blood relation, and he is now at that point to cry. He stopped. He said, how can I cry? It is my will. My will should not be. It is Ramakrishna's will. Because I have given everything. That means that sincerity. That Giri's devotion is so such a unique devotion that is unparalleled. Right? That's why I call Panchike Pachana Bhakti. Panchike Pachana means more than 100%. If you get 100 out of 100, it's 100%. It cannot be more. But he says 100%, 125%. Another Anna or 110%. Over that. That means there is not only ego, no ego, but beyond something. So he cannot function in the world. And or he functions only as a will. Raja Maharaj is saying, do you do everything for, and I don't do anything without when unless I get the will of God. I do only on that. Huh? And then Prabhupada Swami said, you give mantra to so many devotees. You do with that? Well, yes, I don't do without it. They can feel it. Actually, everything is wrong. What is happening in your life, my life, it is happening the same way. But we keep our ego thinking, I did it. I protested. I corrected. I fought. So yeah, it's a false ego. That's why it's called the false ego. And that false ego is the cause of our all the suffering. Okay, so let us finish this. So it is true that the Lord grants fulfillment of their prayers. Satyam dishati arthito nrinam, who approaches him with worldly desire. But by this he does not bestow on them the real fulfillment. Sayang vidatte bhajatam anichchatam ichchapidhanam nijapadapalva. For it is found that when one desire is satisfied, they approach him with another desire. for our ordinary human, if we go to God and one is satisfied, then we ask for another problem. No end of that. But in regard to those who worship him without any desire, swayam vidhatte bhajatam anichchata. Anichchata means no ichcha. I am worshipping for this fulfillment of this desire. No, nothing. I love you. I am only doing for that. Anichchata bhajatam swayam vidhatte. Then God himself bestows. What God himself gives. What gives vidhatte? Ichchapidhanam. With pure love, he out of his own accord bestows them his grace. Even you don't ask for, but he gives the grace and blessings which roots out all wants. Ichcham opidhanam nijapadapallam. He gives them his own grace. Padapallam means the foot. In Indian spirituality, foot is considered to be the very humblest way of saying. He gives his own feet before the devotee. Means his love, his grace, unwanted. No? Them in the divine communion. Even if he does not want. But he need not have to ask. Only he loves him unconditionally. And whereas when one is asking for God for one thing, when it fulfills, then that is not enough. Another desire, another desire, another desire. It's unfulfilled. It remains unfulfilled. So this book says, it is true that when petitioned, he bestows the object prayed for, but he does not dole such gifts as would make the receiver desirous of making further petitions. That means God does not want to make every time petition for a devotee. And Gita also suggests, Bhajati Mam, those who worship me, I take care, Yoga Kshemam Bhamaham. I will protect what he has, or I will give what he needs. I will carry myself those needs. So here is the same idea. God will provide by his own. He, of his own will, bestows on the devotees, though they have not asked it, the favor of his lotus feet, which has the power of killing the worldly desires. That gives the that 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 great thing what he gets, that removes all the worldly desires, even go away. Because desire is a lacking something, that's why he desire. But he gives that fulfillment, there is no more desire. If you get $1 billion, will you crave for $10, $20, $50, $1,000, $100, $1 million? No, it's billion. You got the billion. So that is the thing. When one loves God and unconditionally, he gets that benefit. And no desire is necessary. That's why the spiritually illumined people, bhaktas, they are free from desire. You see, they have been tested with so many things, but their mind is not there. That story is there. The beauty, the money, the wealth, it does not disturb their mind because they are beyond that. That
They
story
don't
of
have worldly desire, but they have the desire to serve the God, to be with God, and all these desires they have.
Thakur said that is not the desire. That is hinche sakinodana. That is not to be considered as desire, which takes you to Ramakrishna, which takes you to stay with Ramakrishna, carrying his water pot or be always around him. That is, bhaktas want that service, that seva. So Dhruva, elevated to the position of the pole star, that Dhruva, as they said, that is the Dhruva star, was given this gift, though he had made no request for it. The young prince's ambition was to triumph over his stepmother and stepbrother by attaining higher worldly position than they enjoyed. He says, they given an example. The mother was poor stepmother, and two children, the king preferred the elder son, Dhruva, and Dhruva didn't get the touch of his father's love. His other brother, who is of another queen, born of the prince, major queen, she is sitting in the lap, and this another queen, but she is second class. So this Dhruva cannot go into the lap of the king. So he was crying and weeping. Then mother said, "You go and pray to Narayana," and that's story in the Bhagavad. Then he went and prayed, and Narayana appeared, and then gave him whatever he cherished. No, so
He had to break his meditation.
yeah.
He was still in meditation when Narayana appeared. He didn't even see Narayana.
Yeah.
Then Narayana had to shake his meditation. And then he was, why did my meditation break? And then he opened his eyes, so he saw Narayana.
And by
And how
Narayana,
did he become the pole star?
Then Narayana bestowed
bestowed by his own boon.
Maybe after he passed away, he didn't pass away at all. Just
I
because the
don't know
pole
what is that.
Maybe
I have not
for
read
this
that.
particular creation, he is the pole star.
Yeah.
star.
Now let us go to the last one so that this chapter will be over. Tat sadhu, tat sadhu manne asura varjaya dehinam sada samuddigna dhiyam asadgrahat hitvatmapatang griham andhakupam manang banangato jad harim asrayeta. Jat harim asrayeta. That sadhu is talking to, he is called the sadhu, holy man. That sadhu, next verse. That sadhu manne, O king of Asura. The Prahlado, this is the Prahlado, on the need of solitude for developing devotion. He is talking, O king of Asuras, the right path of spiritual regeneration for men who are distracted in mind by continued involvement in worldly affairs, slow, fleeting, and full of fear is to devote themselves to the service of Hari. Asura Varja. Asura Varja means among Asura, you are the greatest among the Asuras. O king of Asuras, Asura Varja, Manne, I think, that's
saying this to his father.
Talking to his father. The right path of spiritual regeneration for men who are distracted in mind, continually involved in worldly affairs, which is so fleeting and full of fear, is to devote themselves to the service of Hari. So why is spending this time for world and worldly things? Oh my father, please serve Hari. Taking themselves to a forest or a place away from their home, who have imprisoned them as in a dry well and led to their spiritual degradation. Note means this does not mean that everyone should go to the forest before starting on the path of devotion. It only means that an occasional change from worldly environments and living in the company of the holy men are necessary for the generation and development of devotion. This book translates it like this: O Asura chief, I think the best course for men whose minds are distracted by reason of their beliefs in the wrong views is to abandon their worldly homes. That means those people who are afflicted in this way, they think wrongly that the world is so much important and God is secondary. That type of people, which are so much in this world, there are so many pitfalls. And by betaking to the solitude of the roots, that means go away, Ramakrishna said, solitude. Go to solitude. Get out of your duties every now and then. And just go. And then Nirjan Vas, solitude and Sadhu Sangha, holy company. Ramakrishna's formula. Here also same, go to the solitude to apply themselves to the devotion to Hari, where you can really cry for God, where you can totally dedicate for God. Note says in this speech of Prahlada to his father, Hiranyaksha, the advice to resort to the woods is not to be taken literally. Solitude is merely the means for avoidance of worldly distraction. That's why we go to temple. Why? You can meditate in your room. When you go to temple, it's a different atmosphere. It allows you not to think of other things. When you are in your workplace, you can meditate there also. But there are other thoughts come more because that is the environment. When you move from that to a place of meditation or prayer, that helps you to create that environment to forget certain things easily. If a person can apply himself to God in the midst of the society, in the bosom of his family, his own home is as good as the woods. If he can do that, if he can be very in the daily responsibility and household duties, at the same time they are very much dedicated to God, that's good. But they also will benefit when they go into the solitude. Then other distractions are less. Actually, no, environment creates some mood in us. Whatever environment we go, that environment, that vibration actually stimulates our mind. In our mind, every thought is there, no? Noble thought, good thought, noble thought, bad thoughts, anger, frustration. So one similar vibration brings out other type of thought. It's simple. If I just say, oh, I saw a photograph of one of our devotee, where he was hit, the car was hit head on. Okay? And then immediately what happens? You remember, oh, yeah, yes, yes. I saw one like that. I will say, oh, I had such experience. See, similar thought is coming from the stock of our old Samskara bundle. So similarly, if some holy man speaks something or gives some spiritual instruction or talk, what happens that stimulates our similar waves in our mind, and that helps us. So that's all.
So thank you, Swamiji.
It is.
It's wonderful.
What do we end at 44? This is a little. This little. The verse collection is good, but who is telling whom? This context are so different. One going to one to the other, and again coming back to Prahlada, and then going to this. So sometimes to relate to the context is sometimes difficult. But if we forget about that, we take the essential teaching, then it makes sense. That this mind which is involved in worldly affairs and so fleeting and full of fears, that is to devote themselves. He's talking to his father so that to service of Gori. And as a result,
Next one goes to
Yama. Yama on the practice of devotion being the supreme duty of a man. That means it's only collecting what is the greatness of bhakti. And if you develop that bhakti, what you attain.
General reflections on bhakti. That's the chapter.
What is that?
Chapter. General reflections.
General.
On bhakti. That is the name of the chapter.
Oh. General reflections of bhakti. What was the other name? And the whole chapter is like that.
The whole chapter is, that's the first strand.
Then will be
half of the book. Or no, quarter.
It's whole. Then comes sadhu, sangha, or holy company. See? Next second, strand 3.
And then the 9 modes of bhakti.
Sadhu sangha or holy company. That goes strand 2. And strand 3, 9 modes of bhakti.
Holy company has a chapter of its own. That's why.
Under that,
how important it is.
Under that, holy company again is saying sadhu sangha or holy company again on page 143, 144.
And there's Shobana, Kirtana, Smarana.
Those are the 9 modes. Those are the chapter 3. Strand 3 is based on. Chapter 3 onwards is based on the.
Not, and then they have divided it. Sravana, what is Sravana? That is 159. Sravana, Kirtana is the 180. So we speak very swiftly, quickly. Sravana, listening to holy. We think that it is so easy. Wow, so many verses are here. You can make contemplate Bhakti Shastra, emphasize it. And they say if you take one, then you can get the others also. Padana and Saranagati, you are taking refuge in the Lord. That is the last one. Okay, Baba.
Okay.
Okay, got it.
I will take the laptop, work on it.
Okay.
You don't need it now, right? You don't need it tomorrow?
No.
I just save it and give it.
Yeah, please.
But now, today at least nothing has come in with him.
Yeah.
No, because if he just stop it and if it is continuous, when he reopens it, it will come back.
I have to change the pass because there are so many different passwords and the passwords are out of sync and the key change. So I might need to delete